there are some days when I don't feel like I'm doing enough or I'm not good for my kids. Um, because when I first started out as a parent, when my wife and I started out as new parents, 3 years ago, um, we didn't know what we were doing. We were reading all the books, all the videos on how to raise a kid, and we were like reliving at the times when our own parents were raising us. Like we would say, okay, they did X, Y, and Z. We can actually do it better. Oh, my parents didn't do this, this, and that. I want to make sure I don't do those things, and then trying to find a alternate route or a better way of showing the kids, teaching the kids on how to do certain things. Now, yet again, being a parent is not gonna be perfect. It's like you will never get to understand the full scope as a parent. And what I do, or then what I mean by that is like there isn't a right or wrong way on how to raise a kid. Now, each kid is gonna be different as far as like you can't raise Jimmy the same way as you're raising Sarah because they can be different sex, different genders, different lifestyles, different ideas, different mindsets, and you can't really raise the kids as the same. You just can't because one kid can be an astronaut and the other kid can be I don't know a worker in a plant. And when there were times when I felt like I wasn't doing enough was when I will come home from work really angry. And again, it's not fair towards my kids or towards my wife, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But it just when I will come home and then I just want to just sit down and then just be alone, trying to like readjust and just relax and then just try to just like take all of the anger out of what was going on through work. And most of the time, I don't really do that. But is there are some days when I really need to like I need at least like I need 10 minutes just to be okay around my kids because I don't want to put my anger towards them. That's 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 displacement of where my anger should be at, or where or better yet, I should be already like stop being angry on the way from work. So I'm making this video today because like there isn't a right or wrong way of raising a kid. Um, Now there are a lot of people who actually raise the kids wrong as far as like they would neglect them, they won't show any love, they won't show any teachings, so guidance. They just let the kids do whatever because they feel like my parents back in the day were very strict. I don't want to be that strict parent. I want to be a fun parent. I want them to do everything that I have not experienced. But in the day and age, like there's a lot of kids, a lot of young adults who are willing to be elderly people because they either just look at them the wrong way or just like I don't know sneeze whatever etc etc. Because I've actually had seen this video. It had been like 2 days ago. I was on Twitter and there was an elderly man. It happened in L.A. He tried to stop traffic, but then like he got hit by a car and these all these young people just like surrounding him and they were like beating him to death. And the title of the actual the caption of the video it said all these fatherless children, all these parentless children, and guys, like I know that's off topic of what I'm saying, but what I mean, the reason why I'm actually mentioning that because like you can't just neglect your kids, you can't just ignore your kids. That's the wrong way of being a parent. Now, the good way of being a parent is when you constantly going to work and when you constantly, come on home, taking care of the household, man, doing your due diligence, help out your wife, whatever she got going on, because she is the one that's constantly around the kids day to day basics, and that's for women. I can speak towards the women because I see what my wife does. Personal experience. Make sure the kitchen is clean, making sure the food is ready for the kids, etc., etc. Now there are times when I would actually hop in and then doing the chores and the food and things like that, etc., etc. But that comes with a partnership. That comes with a agreement, and that just goes to show that you are a good parent by having a good strong relationship towards your spouse. Now, again, there are some single parents out there who do a darn good job with their kids, but through my experience, growing up, it's best to have two-parent households and whatnot. So back to where I'm saying about my personal experience. So remember when I was going through a rough time, sometime last year or so, and then I felt like I wasn't really good enough for anybody. Remember, I sat down in the backyard and then I laid in the grass. I had my back against the grass. I was looking at the sky and then I was crying because I wanted to off myself a while ago, and there are times when I just feel like I feel like if I'm gone from this world, my family is gonna be better off because I felt like I was not being the man that I was supposed to be. I felt like I was not being the father I was supposed to be towards my kids, towards my daughter, my son. But then in that moment when I was laying my back on that grass, my kids ran out the house and they tackled me. And what really broke me down was my daughter. She hugged me so tight, and then she looked in my face, and then she said, "Daddy, I'm happy. I'm happy, Daddy. Thank you." Mind you, she's 2 years old, like saying this. She is smart as crap. And then my son, he came up to me, and then he hugged me, and then he kissed me. I broke down crying because those small um nuggets of acknowledging the fact that you are doing a great job. Now, again, it don't take much to actually impress or make your young kids happy, but it's just the fact that my kids came up to me and then they saw me in distress, sadness. They hugged me and then they said they were happy. They loved me, and yeah, because there are times, there are days when I just don't feel like I'm doing my best. I'm tired. I'm angry. There are times when I just don't feel like I'm not doing enough. But my wife and my kids are the ones that tell me that I'm doing a great job, and I know I'm doing a great job. But it just hearing that from them really put a lot of weight off of my shoulders, and I do appreciate them. Even Lord knows I don't deserve them, but yeah. So it's like I said, there are days and times when you don't feel like you are doing the absolute most, or you are not doing your best as a father or doing your best as a parent. The kids are going to love you either way it goes. They're going to adore you as long as you show them love, as long as you show them guidance, teaching them, nurturing them, bonding with them, spending time with them. Because money can make you happy for like a certain amount of time. Just being there and just talking to them, showing them the ways of how to love, showing them the ways on how to be a successful human being, like just showing them the roots on what you did wrong and what you did right, and to have them amplify your rights, your your right way of doing things, and have them learn how to correct the mistakes that you did growing up. Because that's what I want my kids to to know. Know the good that I did, the bad too, but learn from my mistakes because I don't want them to be like me. I want them to be better.